Ladies and gentlemen, guess who's back? Not Shady. It's maybe Thanos, but it's also your bald guy with the bow tie, bringing you your tip of the week. Once again, Mario Galdus with the Triton Group at Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Today we are actually going to be starting the new year, so Happy New Year first and foremost, talking about the 10 commandments for homebuyers. So this is something that we go over in every single consultation. So this tip of the week might be a little longer because we're going to talk a little bit more about how we can make sure that your homebuyers are set up for success. I always tell everybody in our consultations that in my 16 years, I just celebrated my 16th year anniversary in the mortgage industry. I have literally had somebody do everything on the 10 commandment list at least once. What are 10 commandments? It's the do's and don'ts of buying a house. So before you buy a house, you want to make sure you do and do not do these things. So in my career, again, I've had everybody do something on this list at least one time. So number 1, thou shalt not change jobs or become self-employed. So if you're working somewhere and all of a sudden you get an offer to work somewhere else, it's really not the most ideal time if you're trying to buy a house. Definitely not ideal if all of a sudden you get this hunch to go start a business, because whenever you start a business, you are going to need at least 2 years, most typically, of self-employed history before we can actually lend on that. So there's some exceptions to that, but again, at the end of the day, that is not going to help your case if you're looking at purchasing right away. Number 2, do not buy any cars, trucks, or vans unless you plan on living in them. I know it sounds really, really funny, but at the end of the day, if you are in the market to purchase a home, don't go buy a vehicle. Buy your house first, and then you can go buy a vehicle right after that. I've had people disqualify literally at kind of close to the closing table because they are very excited about buying the house, and all of a sudden they're like, let's buy a new car with that, or a truck to load the refrigerator or the furniture in there, and all of a sudden they disqualify themselves from purchasing the house. So you don't want to do that. Number 3, do not use the credit cards or let the payments fall behind. I always like to tell everybody this is kind of really the main theme of everything here is debt accumulation. We do not want you accumulating debt while you're trying to buy a house. So again, if you're on the system where you buy gas and groceries and pay your credit cards off at the end of every single month, that's actually okay. We're trying to avoid debt accumulation, so not taking out new credit cards or using the credit cards, and definitely not letting your payments fall behind. Number 4, do not spend the money you have saved for a down payment. I don't really know what to say about that. I mean, if you have down payment money saved, don't spend it before you buy the house. At the end of the day, that can just deter you and really just halt the whole process. That happened to me once, and it was a horrible thing. Even though I told the potential home buyer not to do it, sometimes everybody thinks they know a little bit better than the loan officer or than the expert. I'm telling you, don't do it. So number 5, do not buy furniture before you buy the house. Again, kind of following the debt accumulation thing. You don't want to go furnish a house that you don't even own yet. So wait until you close, go buy the furniture the day after. That's just as simple as it gets. Number 6, do not originate new credit inquiries on your credit report. So what ends up happening here is that although maybe you might inquire on credit, and even if you didn't pull out credit or anything while you're going through the home purchase process, it can delay your purchase process because we actually do a soft credit pull right at the end of the transaction, which can, again, if it shows up on there and you're closing within a matter of days, we have to do some verifications which tell us whether or not you actually purchased anything. So again, that can just cause a delay. So don't do that. Number 7, thou shalt not make any large cash deposits. Here's the deal about cash. You can't source it, you can't paper trail it. So, there's folks out there who have mattress money, vault money, under the pillow money, that they've saved in cash. If you take that money and deposit it into your bank account and it's in a large sum, there is absolutely no way that we can paper trail or source that. So what ends up happening is that we can't use those funds for closing. So what I would recommend is getting a gift, or maybe even transferring money from a retirement account or something like that we can paper trail. If somebody's going to gift you money, it can't be cash. It has to be in form of a check or direct transfer from bank to bank. Number 7, actually that was number 7. So we're moving to number 8. Do not change bank accounts. Guys, just try to keep things as still as possible. You don't want to start moving money around and all of a sudden it's just going to create the requirement for you to just document more things. We're trying to make this as simple and easy as possible for you. So, don't change bank accounts. Number 9, don't co-sign for anybody. So, what ends up happening is if you co-sign for somebody, that debt belongs to you just as much as it does to them. So if it's a vehicle and all of a sudden you're in need, or somebody else, better yet, somebody else that is in need, and they need your signature for a vehicle, meaning your credit for a vehicle that they're trying to buy, or really for anything, and you're in the home purchase process, this can once again cause your debt to income ratio to increase so much that it can disqualify you. I've had it happen before. Very, very sad whenever all these things happen, or folks don't actually follow direction on some of these rules or these commandments. Last but not least, number 10, thou shalt not purchase anything until the day after closing. What does that mean? Really, don't purchase anything on credit until the day after closing. I'm not saying don't go buy gas, don't buy groceries, don't use your own money to buy some of those things. What I'm really trying to say is don't go and accumulate debt. Anyway, guys, here's your long tip of the week. 10 commandments for home buyers. Bear was a little excited throughout the process there. He's saying, don't do it. Don't do it. Either way, if you have any questions, give us a call, 210-476-5523. You can visit us online at TritonGroupHomeLoans.com or send us an email at TritonGroup@LegacyMutual.com. Happy New Year!